Welcome to the MarcWes Sports Podcast.
Let's see what happens.
Yeah. Let's see. So I'm gonna turn this next thing over to you because it's me when it comes to the Hurricanes, obviously, but I go to you for my Dolphins and my Heat stuff too lately. So what's going on? I didn't see the last preseason game at all. By the way, I didn't see it at all. I was at high school game all day Saturday. The Chaminade game, the two games was on ESPN. Chaminade, they played St. Francis, and then St. Thomas, they played St. John Bosco. So I was at those games all day. Then I had to, of course, report afterwards. So I didn't see anything at all from that last preseason game. And the only other news that I know about the Dolphins is that they dropped the charge for Tyreek.
Yes.
Yeah. So he didn't really. Yeah, he didn't get any
consequences.
Yeah, from the NFL. We talked about Tua and the whole thing.
No, I don't think we talked about it. Nah, we actually did it. We'll talk about it now, though. We spoke about it group chat, but we kind of didn't really chime in too much because we wanted to save it for the podcast. And here we go. First and foremost, the 53-man cut roster. They cut a lot of players. Chosen, you remember we spoke on Chosen? I told you he was doing good in training camp. They got rid of him.
What?
I don't know why. Yeah, they got
rid of Chosen.
Yeah, man. I guess he wasn't chosen, But I'm not trying to make fun of him and whatnot because I really seen he was dominating in practices and whatnot. But again, you got to understand the Dolphins got so much money invested in players already. He's a veteran. He's going to demand certain money, especially if he does good. He's going to be like, I want like $4 million. I want $3 million.
That's a shocker for me. I feel like you got more people that got cut. That's going to shock me because I don't have no idea. I don't know who got cut at all.
Agude from the U.
Mitchell Agude got cut.
Yeah, he got cut.
That's not too much of a surprise.
Yeah, because
what about the running backs?
Running backs, they got rid of Myles Gaskin.
Oh damn! I always liked Myles Gaskin, man.
Yeah, but
they kept Ahmed.
They kept Ahmed. They kept Ahmed. Archane.
Interesting.
Moster's the number one running back on the squad.
Yeah, you already know they paid him and they paid Wilson.
Jeff Wilson.
Yeah, they is it Jeff?
Yeah, Jeff Wilson and Mostert, they paid both of them. Yeah. And Jeff Wilson, they put him on injury reserve, I think, yesterday or this morning. I'm not sure.
So A-Chain hurt. I know he's still hurt, right?
A-Chain is he's fine now. From my understanding, he's fine. I mean, I'm kind of mad that he had got injured in that play anyway. He was balling that guy, holding him up, and then slam him on the ground like, yo, the play is over. What the fuck you doing? Hey, I know it's preseason, but like this is the type of shit that your ass get penalized for. I mean, this is like the play's over, but it is what it is. So he's back.
What about Barrios?
Barrios is on the team. We knew he was gonna be on the team. Okay. Izukama's on the team.
Oh, I did hear that we let go of Iggy.
Yeah, we traded his bitch ass. You feel me? Yeah, you feel me?
We finally Iggy. What the hell?
We traded him with the, we traded them with the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, I saw it was for some player that I haven't heard of, but finally to get rid of him, like finally, one of the worst picks ever, I think, for the Dolphins. The fact that he was a first round pick. I feel like he made one play the entire time, and that was last year against Pittsburgh. That was like his only play that he ever made. And I think that's because one of our guys got injured. I think X might have been injured that game, or someone else got injured or something that game. So, oh damn, what's talking about the power went out. So it looks like I'm about to do this thing solo, man. I wanted to learn more about the Dolphins. But yeah, that draft, I think we really need to revisit that whole draft for the Miami Dolphins, because the fact that I know Iggy was a miss, Austin Rivers, I think, was that same draft, is pretty much a miss. Chris Greer, he just doesn't hit on first round picks for the most part, except for Tua. Tua is like the only one that hopefully is not a bust, which I'm kind of like, this is kind of like the season to really show if he's not. I was just saying, I just kept it going, kept talking about Iggy and how that draft was like one of the worst for Miami. I'm trying to pull it up of which draft that was, but I feel like every player that he picked in that draft was trash or was a bust.
Yeah.
I know. I feel like Austin, he was an offensive lineman.
Austin Jackson.
Austin Jackson, he's trash.
He's
Someone else in that draft where I was just like, oh, why the hell did we go with that guy? But
yeah.
anyway, let's talk about that Tua thing, man. Like, Tua Tagovailoa responded to some comments from Ryan Clark, who ESPN talking head, former Pittsburgh Steelers safety, basically called him out of shape, you know what I'm saying, and said he was thick like one of them chicks at Onyx strip club, which was funny as hell. When I seen and heard it, I was like, yo, it's hilarious.
Yeah, definitely, man. Of course, the power went out completely. I'm looking at the neighbors, their power's out, everybody walked outside, and yeah, but I'm back. Yeah, it just came back on. I'm actually on my phone right now till everything kind of reboots and everything, because it was off for maybe a minute or two. But yeah, back to Tua, back to roster cuts and everything like that. Well, I'll go ahead and chime in back on Tua since you asked me that question, and I'll go ahead and finish what I was saying earlier. Yeah, man, Ryan Clark. I had a lot of respect for Ryan Clark. I still kind of do have respect for Ryan Clark for the most part, because majority of the players that retired and actually became analysts or reporters, they don't do that great. I don't like Keyshawn Johnson. I don't like certain people that actually become podcasters. I love Michael Irvin, but too much of Michael Irvin, it may turn me away, and that's gonna discuss on another thing, But I think that Ryan Clark tried to be a little bit too much like Channing Crowder. You know what I'm saying? Like Channing Crowder say the outlandish things. You remember when he said that what's his name? Russell Wilson was a square and certain things like that. And from then, he propelled. He always say crazy shit. You feel me? But once he said that, his credibility, a lot of people start talking about him a lot more, and I guess he's like, I'm gonna keep running with it, But again, Channing Crowder was doing it naturally. That's just him as a person. I listen to him on 560 all the time, and he's just that character, And I think that Ryan Clark just wanted to be funny when he said that shit. But you got to understand, I love to follow through and to follow back with Tua. I'm tired of this bullshit, basically. And, for my culture, we could get a little scrappy too now.
Ryan's been out the league for some time, so I don't know. It's a little weird when other people are talking about other people when they're not that person. So
tell you what he wasn't doing. He wasn't in the gym. I bet you that.
Come on, man. He wasn't with me.
He might have spent a lot of time at the tattoo parlor. He was not at the dinner table eating what the nutritionist had advised.
Like, my background is, like, I come from a Samoan family. Like, respect is everything, but, does get to a point where, hey, little easy on that, buddy, because, I think we're pretty tough-minded people, and if we need to get scrappy, we can get scrappy too. Just saying. I'd appreciate if you kept my name out your mouth. That's what I'd say.
You know, I think Ryan Clark will still probably win that fight unless Judo Tua comes out and do a little wax on and wax off with your face. But Ryan Clark was a safety. He's the one that gives the hits to the majority of the players. He hasn't been that long retired from the NFL. But if we're talking about a fighting thing, I give it to Ryan Clark. But if we're talking about a respect thing, I give it to Tua because he handled that classy. We're still kind of, letting him know, like, we could be on 1-2. Right after that, you hear Ryan Clark. He apologized. Yeah, he did apologize, and they kept it moving. He knew that he was out of pocket saying that shit. But my whole thing is, I just don't like everybody just keep coming after Tua. It's like, why would you not like Tua? Tua's the guy that always is professional. He has a wife, kid. He handled it the right way. He had certain flaws. People say he had a noodle arm, can't throw deep. He bulks up. People saying that he's injury prone. He's doing things so he won't get injured. First it was the hip. Me and you, the first game went his first play in the NFL. We was like, let's just see him take a hit. And he took a hit, got right back up, and unfortunately is a complete different injury that got him where he is right now. But this is a guy that's working on that shit. If somebody tell me like, Wes, man, you need to do a little better in this department. I know you A1 in this, that, and the other, but right here you need to focus on that. And for him to take that constructive criticism and use it to benefit him, like, I just don't understand why so many people take shots at him. You want to take shots at Russell Wilson? Understandable. Him and his wife be doing too much. You feel me? They be doing too much. They being extra. Tua is the private guy. Tua is the boy wonder. He's Tom Brady without all of the records and shit. Tom Brady know how to speak. Tua knows how to speak. Certain people just know how to be that individual that individuals want to like. And I think that for me, that made me lose a little respect from him. It's like, why are you going after Tua? Did you not know that he had how many concussions? 3, maybe 4? Like, why wouldn't you be like, damn, I'm proud of Tua for taking judo? You feel me? If it was somebody else, like, come on. I mean, you have people like Jamarcus Russell. Oh, he's supposed to get better in the lab, in the quarterback room. Your coach sends you a tape. You say that you actually went through it and you didn't even watch it. Why? Because the coach gave you a blank tape. Tua, on the other hand, is a guy that's gonna go ahead. You tell him to do something, he's gonna follow through. Why can't you not respect that, reporters? Like, it just baffles me, and it get me pissed off. Of course, I know people hate Miami because of the beaches, the women, and the weather. Unfortunately, our weather is not that great right now because of the hurricane. But
yeah.
Come on, man. Y'all gotta respect when people are doing things to benefit themselves. And Ryan Clark, you're a family man. You having these comments, what you think that's gonna do for Tua? Tua is in a contract year. Well, you think that's gonna put more food on his plate, or that's gonna be like, oh, let's just play this real quick. Even though the Dolphins know that he really was working out, and not even much as that. For the people in the offseason, the Dolphins, he's top 5 player on the Dolphins that gained muscle mass in the offseason. So, like, why can't you get mad? And not just that, but people like from them Samoan people, they're not skinny guys. All the Samoan people that I know, they swole or fat. It's not no in between. That's what I know. I got The Rock, you feel me, and all the other people from wrestling, you feel me? And then I got the Mao Noah brothers.
Exactly.
Yo.
Yeah. Well, all I can say is just keep your name out of keep Tua's name out your mouth. You know what I'm saying? That's all I gotta say to all these reporters out there. Just keep Tua's name out your mouth, just like he said.
But I think
the fact that he said that, it changed my whole perspective about Tua. I was like, oh shit,
yes,
Tua can be a gangster, if he needs. You know what I'm saying? Because that's basically what he said. He's like, hey, we can get scrappy. You know what I'm saying? Scrappy if we need to. You know what I'm saying? Because Tua is like, like you said, he's a wholesome guy. He's a family guy. He's the nice guy. I mean, always very respectful type of dude. And then, but he was like, hey, bro, if you want to get scrappy, we can get scrappy.
Mm-hmm.
Just like Mafia says in a song, if you hoes want to go there, we could get gangster.
Come on now. So that definitely was a good thing to hear from Tua. Of course, we do not condone violence, but again, the NFL is violent, so it is what it is in that part. But yeah, going back to what I was saying before the power went out. I mean, you got Myles Gaskins that got booted from the club. I think we were talking about Iggy at that particular time. Yes, Iggy is gone. Iggy, he got traded for a second round pick that the Dallas Cowboys had drafted. Same thing, a corner, and they didn't pan out for him as well. The only difference is you have one that's been a corner and you have one that we've been trying to teach him to become a corner. Now, one may eventually pan out. That's the guy that we got from Dallas. But Iggy, like traditionally, you was a wide receiver. You know what I mean? Like, it's just kind of like Tannehill. Like, I've been using the same shit. You can't tell me that this guy's been a wide receiver his whole damn life, and then now you're trying to make him a quarterback, and he's going to be like the Tom Brady's, people that have been doing this their whole career. It's not going to happen. You may be able to throw the ball. Yeah, you got talent. Like, talent is talent. But when it comes to that pocket presence, knowing when somebody coming for you without you seeing it, that's something that you probably gonna have to gain throughout the years. From Pop Warner to being collegiate athlete and now in the NFL. But I think Chris Greer kind of saved himself a little bit in that regard because Iggy was a bust. We paid him all this money, and I mean they basically got the money that he was supposed to get, huh?
I don't think he really saved himself because the fact that you have to cut a player that was a first round pick.
He didn't get cut. He got traded.
Well, he got traded to, a player that, that was a first round pick. By the way, I pulled it up. So Tua was drafted in this draft, by the way. Then Jackson, then Noah Iguodala. We had 3 first round picks this year in 2020. Then we have Robert Hunt, who's a baller, by the way. He's one of the best offensive linemen on the team, so I give him props to that one. Raekwon Davis, is he still on the team?
Yes, he's our defensive tackle. That kind of he's a run blocker. He's a run stopper. He's our Daryl Gardner.
Okay, and then we have Brandon Jones. Brandon Jones still on the Dolphins?
The safety?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you remember he's coming back from ACL tear or knee or some type of knee injury.
So but still, the jury's still out on Brandon Jones still. But the rest of these players, I have no idea who these are. Solomon Kindley, a guard. Jason Strobridge, a DN. Curtis Weaver, a linebacker. Blake Ferguson, a long snapper. Like, why you draft a long snapper anyway? Like, why are you wasting a draft pick on a long snapper? And Malcolm Perry, wide receiver.
I think he got cut.
Yeah, so you got Davis, Jones, Hunt, and Tua. Out of how many picks? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Not terrible, but definitely not good, especially when you have 3 first-round picks.
I don't think that he's a great evaluator when it comes to like drafting players, but I think he's great at trading because he make great trades. He just don't know how to pick them. But I mean, if you got people like Nick Fangio now and you got people like McDaniel, they're telling him who they want, who fits their scheme. So I don't think you're gonna have too much of those wasted drafts. Of course, I mean, this guy been with the Dolphins damn near like 15, 20 years. So that he knows how to finesse. He knows how to throw other people under the bus and keep his job. Now, when it came to our prior head coach, thought they would have probably got along. They didn't. And I don't know who to blame, because one person got a strong personality, and the other guys, like all these people that I drafted because this guy wanted these players. So I don't know who to believe right now. It's still out. If he got Tua right, it don't matter. He's staying. He's staying as a general manager. As long as you get the quarterback right, majority of the time, you're good. Everybody else is like people that you could go always replace. I mean, Kristen Wilkins, I love you as a leader. I love your everything about you, your energy, your leadership, how you speak. But you're a dime a dozen. A lot of players that we can actually see and we love, dime a dozen, And look, those players that we call dime a dozen, they go to other places and wind up being superstars. So I don't know. As far as how I look at what's going on right now with the Dolphins, I still think that we still gotta actually see it on the field because we top heavy. And when you're playing in preseason games, you're not gonna put your eggs in one basket, all your eggs in one basket, and that's the starters. You got Teron Armstead. Everybody was shocked. We thinking that he's out. We like, fuck this guy, like, yo. And it happened that it wasn't a tear, no nothing. He just needs some time to just vibe out. I don't know if he's doing that on purpose because he didn't want to practice. He never does practice, but it was a good thing to see that it happened when it happened. It wasn't an injury, and the backup behind him held his own when Tua was on the field with him and he was guarding Tua's blind side. So even if we have someone go down on the O-line, I think we still can be a decent offense. And if they can hold shit down and we won't have Nick Needham didn't come back yet. He's I would say 80%. When he's like at least 95%, when you have Jalen Ramsey come back, maybe the third half of the season, then you can kind of gauge a lot more because, again, a lot of players, a lot of teams didn't play their most valuable players, and it's still kind of preseason game 1, game 2, and game 3. We won't really start getting a feel of our team until those 3 games. But it is what it is, man. I think we're still in a positive. We're in a positive like the University of Miami. We had a lot of flaws last year, and we changed them. We were saying this all last year. They're like the same damn team. Our kicker be garbage, the other kicker be garbage. Our quarterback be tripping, the other quarterback be tripping. Hopefully, University of Miami on Friday tomorrow hold it down and then motivate the damn Dolphins to do good too. Because right now I think that we're close to being there. We almost got shit derailed. I know you heard about the Jonathan Taylor, right? Jonathan Taylor?
Yeah, I wasn't really. I don't really want it to happen, to be honest. I don't think we need to pay so much for a running back.
Exactly.
You got enough running backs. You got a young one who you don't even know how great he can be yet. You drafted him high, which means you trust, your judgment of what he can be. See what he can do because he's going to be for the cheap for the next couple of years.
Yep.
You already paid these other 2 running backs. Like, why do you need another running back? I just don't get it. Like you don't need another running back. Like even with Dalvin Cook, Dalvin Cook is great. Obviously, it'd be awesome to have Dalvin Cook on the team. He's a hometown kid. And just to kind of repair you going from Florida State and not going to Miami and coming to the Dolphins, it would have felt better. But like the fact that he went to the Jets, right?
Yeah, he went to the evildoers.
Yeah, so that definitely sucks. The fact that you went to the Jets, the worst team in sports, but I just don't believe in paying big money for a running back. You pay big money for quarterback, O-line, D-line, DB. That's it. Everything else, you kind of want to like not pay for that much. You want to get linebackers for the cheap. You want to get running backs for the cheap. And of course, special teams, you want those for the cheap. You know, you only pay big money for D line, O line, quarterback, and DB. You know,
What do you know why the deal didn't happen?
why?
The motherfuckers wanted Waddle.
Oh, nah.
Yeah, I'm like, really? Like, you think we gonna trade one of the best wide receivers in the NFL right now, top 15, I would say? You gonna trade him away for a running back? Are you damn kidding me, man? You tripping?
You definitely can't do that. It's smart for them to try to get Waddle because after the season, Waddle's going to demand big money, right? And
franchise tag him.
We're in that situation. Yeah, maybe we could. But we're in that situation where, like, okay, do you pay him? Do you keep Tyreek Hill? Do you draft another wide receiver? Wide receivers, like, that's a tough position because most people don't want to pay big money for a slot, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I think he's a slot owner because one, his size, and two, because Tyreek's on the outside. But people will say Tyreek is a slot receiver too, but we paid him that money, so I don't really think that's going to be too much of a factor. I think that he just if I was the general manager next year, like you said, when he want to demand some money, I'm gonna franchise you, tag your ass. I got Tyreek Hill for that final season of his contract. You know, he said he's gonna retire right after his contract is done, and then I could go ahead and
We'll see. I don't really believe that.
I don't know. You know, he probably was trying to get some views on his podcast, but why do that? You're Tyreek Hill. You're the cheetah. You're not gonna just go ahead and like people. You're not gonna come out with bullshit like that just to get clickbait. So, like, people gonna watch your podcast just because you got good guests, just because you're the cheetah, just because you're probably number one, number two best receiver in the NFL. So, if that is the case, I'm just going on what he said. I'll franchise tag Waddle next year. And then next year will be the same year that is the Cheetah's final year of his contract. And after you're gone, I'll give Waddle the same, if not close to the money that I gave the Cheetah. And you cover it like that. I'm not sure when it comes to A-Chain, because you remember A-Chain, he's the running back, and Tyreek Hill, when he got out of the out of college, he was a actual running back as well. He wound up turning into a wide receiver. I don't know if they're going to try to mold A-Chain in that sense as well, because they built the same way. It's just Tyreek Hill just got a little bit more bulk to him because he's been in the NFL lab room pumping weights all these damn years. But we'll see how they do it. For the most part, we're good. We're good. You know, Tua is, of course, Tua, the arm of the almighty Tua, accurate, efficient, the most efficient, accurate quarterback in NCAA history. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna get what you want, you know, because the question isn't no more, can he throw the deep ball? Can he do this? Can he do that? We know that he could do it all. We know that every pass he can throw. The only thing is, can he stay healthy? And for me, I think he can stay healthy.
Yeah, hopefully that jiu-jitsu helps out with that